Hello and welcome everyone into the stream today. We are very happy to be here on this lovely Thursday, and we hope you are all excited to be here as well. Looks like over on Twitch we have a request for the color of today.
Which also, gives me a chance to actually get a little bit in frame because I was pretty far off. But you've been slacking here, not turning on the lights, really.
I mean, I was waiting to see if somebody would do the color. Just checking. All right. This looks. Is that yellow enough?
It's hard to.
It's hard to tell.
When I look at the lamp, it looks yellow, but like on stream, you can't even see it because it looks white.
I'll make it more.
Now it clearly looks red orange. But when you make it yellow, because of the color of the wood, you can't see that it's yellow.
It's a very warm yellow. I like it.
Chad, why are you requesting the lights to be the color of the damn wall?
Yellow wall, yellow light. It makes sense, Oh, anyways, I hope everybody's doing all right. Hopefully you can see us. Hopefully you can hear us. If the volume isn't good enough, we can turn it up. But hopefully it's at a pretty good level right now. We're still trying out the microphone above our heads, so let us know what you think about it.
If it works or not.
But yeah, we got a couple people over on YouTube. We got Judgment, Caden. We got King Alpha, Fent. Welcome. Sublustrous, Arphinus, and Axel over there on Twitch, and Dark Arrow, of course, our trusty moderator. Thank you for being here. Today we're going to be doing our part for the Mississippian Community Challenge in Humankind, and we're going to be getting as many Builder Stars as we can.
Yes.
We are playing as the Norsemen, because if you remember, we didn't have a stream last Thursday because it was a national holiday here in France, but we're picking up where we left off 2 weeks ago, which was when we were demonstrating the war changes, the war support changes.
I believe that's why we picked the Norse, actually, for the purposes of war.
So since the Bolivar, okay, just to rewind here, if you haven't heard, the Bolivar beta, which is the branch that you can test out the new update early, is still available. We've actually extended the timeline to the end of the Mississippian event, so that if you haven't tested it out yet, feel free to go in. There's instructions on Games Together where you can get access to the Bolivar beta branch. Give us your feedback.
Easy to do on Steam. So.
Yeah, it's honestly pretty easy. Just a couple of clicks into the game, and you can get it. Because we're still looking to get more feedback on the changes that we've made. We've appreciated all the feedback that we've gotten so far. It's been a lot of really good feedback, important feedback, and so, definitely go participate in that if you haven't. But today, we're going to be continuing on, talking a little bit more about those changes and working on the Mississippian event.
Jump into the game.
So let's get started.
So I guess we should also, since we weren't around for a stream when the event started, say a word about, the Mississippian event. The event is not a personal event, it's a community event, so you will not be able to, click here to see the progress, because it's not your individual progress that matters, it's the community as a whole. And the community as a whole, to unlock the Mississippians as a culture, the goal is 2 million Builder Stars, which I know some people were doubtful, but we're already more than halfway there, and we've still got roughly a week left. So we're confident that you'll make it, and we had been confident that you'll make it from the start, because we have actual data on how many stars people get. So we knew that 2 million was a reasonable goal.
It's an educated guess.
Yes, it's a guess, but it's an educated one. It's a PhD guess, I guess.
Exactly.
And for the Mississippians, because, of course, I don't know if everybody knows it. A lot of our American fans will probably have heard of the Mississippians, but I think, for the Europeans, it's maybe a little less known. The Mississippians, also known as Cahokians, were, as the name suggests, from the Mississippi, shores of the Mississippi, and they influenced pretty much the entire southeast of the contemporary United States, because they traded a lot with other people, and the architecture involved quite large earthen mounds. They were like, I think the largest one is like 50 meters tall, which, if you think about it, that's quite a lot actually.
It's a big mound.
And they build on top of the mounds. They then build other structures, like the chieftain's hut, the temples, the granaries. I guess the granaries are important because I guess before modern straightening of the rivers, etc., etc., the Mississippi probably also had like a lot of floodplains, I guess, but I'm not sure
Makes
about
sense. Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of the buildings probably haven't survived since they weren't made out of as durable materials.
that.
But
Yeah, I mean, obviously
from
the
the
mounts themselves are made of earth, so
Mhm.
they're a little more durable. Which the making earth durable is actually a surprising amount of effort. Like the theory, the physics behind it is of course not super complicated, but the logistics to
Yeah.
make it is like even today when you're like building a bridge, it takes a lot of effort to make sure that it doesn't then crumple as soon as the first big truck drives over it. So
Heck yeah.
and and anyway, because they constructed these big mounds, which, as I just said, were a logistical challenge, they're a builder culture, and the challenge is all about building districts. And of course, we've already seen like the crafts for how they look in game, and it's like yes, yes, but you have to wait until the culture is unlocked and added to the game to see that, I guess. Well, I guess maybe we'll post some teasers on socials beforehand. I don't know. That's your domain and not mine.
We'll have to see. You'll hear more about it next week.
And I just realized we didn't actually have game audio all this time. I think
Um,
because I hadn't clicked into the game yet.
yeah, it might not have been playing, but
Anyway, let's continue our Norse playthrough here.
Salutations, je jouais actuellement à une partie Humankind. Gérard, that sounds awesome. How is your game going? Comment va ta jouer?
I see For Extraordinaire asking how many builder stars have been earned. I checked earlier, it was something like 1,279,000. I don't know the exact number because, I didn't remember to the single digit, but we're at roughly 1.3 million.
Also, Arfinis, I want all the color. Which RGB to choose?
I think that would be 256, 256, 256 because that's maximum red, green, blue, and then you get white.
All the colors.
Yeah, I mean white is all the colors, isn't it? Anyway, where did we leave off? Man, it's been so long I don't even remember what we were doing. All right, we had a bunch of wonders to build that we haven't built yet. And now, ooh, 24, yeah.
Did you ever get the event Ferret Mania? Otherwise, very cool event. Haven't seen it in half a year. It's broken or something?
Oh, the Ferret Mania. Oh, that's the contemporary one. If you pick the ferrets in the ancient era, right? Yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten that one because it doesn't trigger that often. But yeah, I love the artwork for it. And personally, I think some people in chat might know. They remind me of H Bomber Guy actually because he has that one video where he's like, he's doing his whole rant and suddenly he's like turning to the camera and addressing his editor and it's like, hey, could you animate me as a little ferret in a lab coat actually? And like the Ferret Mania event also has like, oh, there's this science show that's taught by ferrets in lab coats.
Mm-hmm.
So it has the really cute artwork for it.
Silver Luke, what's up? Welcome. Betty Boom Boom Boom. Buenas tardes o noches. Buenas tardes. Bueno, puede ser noche.
The Persians have fallen,
Evening.
right? I think we were at... that's why we picked the Norse. Because we needed the boat to be able to get over here.
Ah, yes. I remember now. Comment s'est passé ta partie is a better answer from what I suggest. Okay. Like, how is it going, your game? I like it. Buenas noches. I don't know, when does buenas noches start? I know good evening in English starts at like 5 p.m.
Should we trade everything with Katrina? I guess we can always stab them in the back if we need to. Oh, there's actually a lot of stuff we could buy. How much money do we have?
I don't think we're super flush with cash since we've had a pretty big military.
Yeah, but it would be nice. Like, this will give us more money on all of our places. So, you know, buy the resources that give you more money so that you have the money, buy more resources.
Sometimes you got to have money to make money, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
What's up, Capcan? Welcome into the stream.
We could
Welcome, everybody. How's everybody's week going so far?
This is interesting. We could buy these resources here from the people we're actually at war with, by way of
Through
the Byzantines.
Through the Byzantines.
But I don't think it's worth it because this is probably going to be super expensive because it's a third party. But it's, you know, it costs extra because they are importing it from the Aztecs and then exporting it to us. So
we're paying some mad import taxes.
Pretty much, yeah. But actually, I wanted to check. Yes, let's get the strategics because those boost our economy as well from the infrastructures we have.
Arfinus, we can neither confirm nor deny.
You know,
glad to hear that, Judge Man.
Speaking of infrastructures, actually, you know, this is something we couldn't show that last time because it was, you know, broken on the day the
the yields.
Exactly. Look at this. Gains in this city.
Ooh.
It tells us how many rivers we have now. We don't need to do the math ourselves.
2 industry on river, so we get 12 industry, so we have at least 6 tiles of river.
Yep. And of course, you know, that can potentially rise as we build new districts. But now it's, you know,
I mean, 12 industry.
A lot easier to see how much are these going to be worth. Of course, sometimes it's a bit silly with like these. Effect plus 15 stability. Effect in the city plus 15 stability. Who would have guessed?
Don't say.
But it was, you know, just easier to implement it generally than have it specifically.
Bueno, aquí es buenos días, que es desde las 6 de la mañana hasta las 12 de la mediodía. Buenas tardes. Buenas noches desde 6 de la tarde. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, see, this is the thing. Usually here I would be like, oh, which one of these is the most valuable? But now it's like super easy. Oh, 20 is clearly way better than 3.
Yeah, we don't have that many rocky things.
And then 8 is pretty good. Ah, new civic. We don't need this, I think.
What's up, Into the Miso? No, customs agency in the late game does not show yields as of now.
I
Is that
think
documented?
I think there's some, like, with the percentage bonuses where it gets a bit weird. What happened to me was the percentage bonuses didn't show until I built one that had a percentage bonus, and then the ones after worked. And I'm not sure whether or not that's fixed already. But yeah, the percentage ones are a little weird. But I guess for the percentage ones, it's less important to have the preview than for the per tile ones, because for the percentage ones, you can always like eyeball 10%.
Do some quick math.
Like, you know, it's easy to say, like, oh, I have 800 industries, so 10% is 800. It's 10% is 80. You might be off because the 800 might already include a percentage bonus. That's the why the preview is still important, but it's probably slightly less important than the stuff for like
fair enough
per tile.
It's a good note. Thank you for that, Judgment.
I know I've seen the report, but I don't know about, you know, whether or not the fix has already been made. Oh wait, I think we're broke now. Yes. Oh, we could claim another wonder.
Darker is having an argument in Spanish. Well, not argument in the sense of discussion about when good night begins in Spanish. I think the reason why good evening for me begins at 5 in English is because in the military, 5 p.m. is what we call COB, or close of business. And so that at that point, if you see anybody else who's higher ranking than you, as you pass by them, you would give them the greeting of the day, which the greeting of the day, depending on the time of the day, could be good evening. And you're supposed to greet people in the military. And so, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's why 5 p.m. for me is just like It's evening. Maths. Darn maths. Just curious, does the team talk about drops of food icon from the stream? Let's start the mess. What did they take for lunch? I think people know how much we talk about food on the streams. I don't think it's a secret.
Us talking about food on the streams? Impossible. Oh, it's too long range.
From the military? You're from a military family, Jordan? I just joined the stream, I mean. I was about to say, I was like, damn, what branch? No, I was actually in the Air Force ROTC in college for about a year. But I didn't actually go ahead and commission. So it was a very fun and awesome year of my college, but I almost lost my mind because of how much stuff I was doing. Because on top of all of my 16 credits of classes, I was also doing all of this like extracurricular stuff for the ROTC. So I was going out on Saturday mornings and crawling through the mud with my like special ops club or whatever. Because basically in the ROTC program that I was in, if you weren't already doing extra like curriculars with the ROTC, you were like, oh, well, you're not trying that hard or whatever. So I was part of like a drone certification club where people were getting certified to fly drones, and also the like special, we call it special tactics, because there's various like jobs in the Air Force that are special operations. Think like the Green Berets, but like Air Force. And so yeah.
Unfortunately, we lost actually one of our hoplites because I misjudged the line of sight and they could actually shoot him over here and instantly kill him. But it's fine. We're still going to win that war.
Our hoplites do really well against the elephants.
Yeah, they're anti-cav and they get all the bonuses for, you know.
I definitely might play with the hoplites in a future game.
Sadly, you know, it did cost us like 2 war support to lose that hoplite, but that's... I think
still positive 8.
And I think that was like the last remaining units, and they should...
I'm listening.
Yeah, they're getting a big loss now, and we should be getting some gains, actually.
Instant.
Yep. Overall +8 change, so that's good. That gives us time to actually, you know, get them to 0 and force them to surrender.
I swear I'm yawning a lot today. I don't know what's happening. I always start my game with a small amount of cities, and then I conquer the rest using influence to attach territories instead of making cities.
Yeah, conquering is definitely cheaper than buying them with influence. That is very much true. Speaking of claiming with influence.
What are our sort of...
I guess since, you know, we are still kind of showing off the whole war thing, maybe.
I mean, Forbidden City could be good.
But also, alright, somebody need to go to war against the Franks so we can build more districts.
Where are the Franks at relative to us on the map?
They say that taking part is its own reward, but I'd still rather see you leave the greatest mark. Keep going.
I think they only have 1 city? No, there's another one up here, Carthage. That should be an easy thing to do once we get across there.
I mean, we got that little island over there we could get a foothold to and start pumping out units from one of the islands, potentially.
Yeah,
What's up, Dobry?
Yeah, I think actually, yes, I'll go with the Forbidden City so that we can make the best use out of the new war system. And also, let's actually finish this wonder that has been sitting there since the ancient era when the AI stole this territory from us.
Gardens of Babylon. Sounds like a very interesting and exhausting year. I was so tired. I would wake up because we had PT at like 5 in the morning. I would wake up so early. We'd go run and do sit-ups and push-ups and pull-ups and stuff. And then I would go run to the cafeteria because I lived on campus at the time. And I would eat a huge breakfast. And then I would run after eating my huge breakfast to get back home to grab my like books and stuff to go to class. And people were like, "You're going running after eating?" And I'm like, "Yep, I gotta get to class. Like, I don't got time." I was so tired. Honestly, there's huge gaps in my memories from that year because of the lack of sleep. I didn't like the memories didn't stick. I just don't remember certain like periods of time. Question,
Oh wow, we should have instant results that it actually lost us 2 units.
no.
Oh well, but we did conquer the last one.
Generous. A very generous proposal.
Hoy vamos a ver
Yes. I can live with this. Accepted. Let us not.
When the Bolivar beta will be out, will we start a new game? Maybe. We might start a new game. I guess
I mean, I
the
guess
beta
that
branch won't be available anymore, so we'll have to.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess that depends on when the Bolivar update officially releases compared to our next stream.
That's a good point.
And also, of course, we're at the source. We could always make the producers have a branch just for us, so we
Secret.
can.
We can have a secret branch so we can finish our game. I'm enjoying where we're going in this game. We had a little bit of a scuffle there at the beginning, but I think we've done quite well for ourselves. We had a little bit of a scare with the elephants for a bit there, but things are coming back
Hey.
around.
We're at the point where we can now. Very important. Not this button. This one.
Forced surrender.
Yeah, force, not offer. I mean, yeah. Actually, let's see. How much war score do we have?
167.
And this one is like 200. Ooh, we can't even get the whole city of Babylon. I think. That's annoying. So the question becomes, which ones do we want most? I guess we definitely want the one with the Stonehenge here.
Yeah, definitely the wonder.
And Babylon here, I think this territory goes up here, so that's the horses that would also be good. This one, I guess, we can let them have, and this, that's iron, horses.
Pataliputra.
If we can afford it, it would be nice to have a forward island, but... So, let's see which ones...
Island cities can be tricky, that's for sure. Patch is great. Question, why are we using percentage to represent stability? Why not just a regular number? Oof, that's a question that...
True, that percentage is just a regular number. The percentage symbol is kind of just left over from a time way, way back when the stability never left between 0 and 100. And
Yeah.
so the percentage was of the maximum it can be. But now that it can be,
150%.
way out of there, the percentage sign is kind of just left over. I didn't notice this.
It's a relic
I
from an
think-
age gone
I
by.
think this might also be a new addition. I didn't notice these before, that we have the names of the regions on the map now.
Maybe I made first contact with the Sovans and my memory got wiped by the Men in Black. Or the Umbral Choir. They're just like, this was a hard year for you. They just wiped my memory.
Yeah, we only have... Oh, come on. We have 42 points left. The territory got 43!
No.
Like, we want more. It's like, no.
Just get money.
Actually,
Make them broke.
Fulfilling my demand
we are gaining 4.
is no longer necessary.
4 ongoing. That is true.
We can't just sit here and wait a little because, part of the war score from current war support. So if we do wait for a turn, then we can get another territory. But I don't think I want to drag it out even further. Because it would need to wait a long time to get
Yeah, that's
this one.
fair.
So these, I think I'll just send them
Go look in the
back.
chat. I'm tired. Okay.
But yeah, to get back to the stability thing, as I say, this, when you have this percentage sign here, you can basically just ignore it and look at the 90% as 90 points. The conversion between the 15 points here and 15% here is always 1-on-1 because the percentage is relative to the bar is full. Speaking of 18 industry, yes, that's nice. And you guys, you can theory get back in the water. In practice, you can't.
Why doesn't this game have a working mini-map? I think that's more about a UI decision. I don't know if you can tell already, but there's stuff in this corner, there's stuff in that corner, there's stuff up above, there's stuff on the right corner, there's stuff down in the bottom right corner. Like, there's basically stuff every single place on the screen, and trying to find where our camera is gonna sit on the stream was already a challenge. So if you can imagine, I mean, tell me where you would put the mini map, but I think the main reason is trying to keep the UI as clean as possible. And also, you know, I'm not exactly sure if a mini map, just me personally thinking here, I'm not sure if a mini map would improve my experience a ton, since zooming out.
I understand the request, because this is like a normal size map, and here it kind of works because, you know, we can kind of fit it.
The bigger the
completely,
map, though.
but on the bigger maps, you can't see the whole map at once. You can't zoom out far enough.
Would a minimap provide enough information, or would it just merely show you the shape of the continent, though?
I think the minimap should be, you know, colored in the same with the territories, so you can at least see like the relative sizes of the empires and stuff like that.
As they grow and shrink.
But I can definitely understand that, like on the bigger maps, the zoom out does not quite feel like enough, I think.
Because minimaps take up valuable screen estate for low value. I mean, I think there is value to it, but that is the question is what are the most valuable and most important things to put on the screen with relatively limited real estate? But yeah, I totally get that scrolling the map is a pain.
You have unlocked Seafaring.
Taking an opportunity to insult the UI while still asking for things is an interesting tactic, Corset Labelle, but no, hey, you do you. Judgment, any luck on the unique empire names? You Greek Norseman. I haven't heard any updates about it or ones that we can share, but
it's still tricky.
We're working on it.
The thing is, of course, yeah, we're working on it, but because we would like to have a little more than just have like it always say like Katrina, but rather have like you can, if you look at some of the teasers for the Bolivar update, I think there were like screenshots where you could see like Priest King and President and stuff like that. So we wanted to have titles for the leaders, but that was actually turned out to be really difficult to maintain because, you know, of all the different languages and stuff like that. And so we kind of needed to scrap the prototype we had and, you know, redo how we approach this. We're still working on it, but I don't know when it's going to be ready.
Yeah, since it kind of had to start from the beginning again. Yeah, we'll let you know when we have more news about that. But sorry, we don't have any extra information.
We were waiting so long, and there were 3 points of industry missing on that thing.
No.
I should have checked that way sooner.
Gosh dang it. Yeah, so I wish I had a better answer for you there, Judge Man, but
no, we definitely want the empire names in because, you know, it's important to us that, you know, you can identify who you're playing against, but technical issues reared their ugly head.
Could there be a search option that highlights things on the map? Like, say I want to know where all the oil nodes are. In Civ 6, I could do a search that shows all the oil nodes.
Yeah, I don't know how easy that would be to implement because I don't know how the map.
I don't think I've even heard that suggested, actually. That's
I've seen the suggestion before, but as I say, I don't know how the map data is stored. I don't know how easy that would be to do.
Yeah. You'd have to fit a search bar into the UI.
I mean, fitting the search bar.
I was just joking because we were talking about how cramped it is already.
But I mean, I think that would probably be something where, you know, I guess, you know, the button down here could be split in two, and you have like the options menu, and then you have like the search button or something like that.
Could be interesting, Coconut. What is Wild Wednesdays? Wild Wednesdays was originally a variety day for us, but then I kind of fell in love with Dungeon of the Endless and proceeded to play that for 9 weeks. So couldn't really.
To be fair, Dungeon of the Endless can be a pretty wild experience.
Yeah, it was still a wild experience. It was just wild for a different reason. It wasn't because of the variety every week. It was because of how intense the Dungeon of the Endless sessions were. And now currently, we're playing Endless Legend on Tuesdays, Endless Space on Wednesdays, and then Humankind on Thursdays, which feels appropriate. So
Also, hey, we finally have, high seas capable boats, so that's gonna be good when we want to go to war
Excellent.
with these guys. I'd like to be able to grab war summons first, so we can get the pikemen and the crossbowmen.
I was gonna say, how much better are they than our hoplites, though? They're only like a couple strength
it's
higher.
not just it's 1
Four?
point, but they have anti-cav, and their Franks have really powerful knights.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And more importantly, our archers are way outdated, and I really like the crossbow.
Yeah, crossbow movement are a big jump from the archers for sure. Really identifying other player by color, like red player and yellow player. Oh, trust us, we do it too. That's why we
really want the Empire names.
we realize that we're doing the same thing.
Anyway, we should be now able to actually get Electra, Babylon, and then I guess we'll grab Algedi, because then we have the entire continent.
Yeah,
And
Gildren.
they're restricted to some islands,
Like it.
and we're still getting a little bit of money out of them.
What do you think of a live where the chat and you create a mod? Ooh, I haven't even touched the mod tools personally. Have you?
I've touched them, but I think we need a whole stream series for that.
A stream series about how to create mods?
Unless it was a really small mod, it would be difficult to do that in 2 hours.
I think I'd have to spend a decent amount of time getting familiar with the tools myself to be able to feel comfortable like doing that on stream, or else it'd just be a whole lot of, how do you do that?
Let's see, where's our builder?
It's an interesting idea, though. I like the idea.
Okay, we need to crank out some districts here.
Do the developers play the game? Yeah. Our developers, granted, when you say developers, there's lots of different people. There's artists, there's programmers, there's AI programmers, there's UI programmers, there's designers, there's higher level producers. There's a lot of different types of developers, But yeah, I mean, it's integral to developing a game is being able to play it yourself and find ways to make the game better, find ways to add content to the game. So,
I mean, I'm sure
in their free time, maybe they play other games.
Yeah, I was about to say,
but at work, definitely.
In free time, perhaps not. But I'm sure some of the disciplines, at least, probably also wish they had more time to play just to test. Like especially the designers, I think, will probably always say, "Oh, I don't have enough time to test the balancing," because there is no such thing as enough time to test the balancing, which is why you can really not get the balancing right until you give it to the community, because then you have
so many more hours.
Play time multiplied by like 10,000 players, 100,000 players, whatever.
Yeah.
Then you get into the areas where it's like, okay, now we're approaching enough time, but individually you can never have enough time to test every
it's not a big enough data
balancing.
pool.
Yeah, exactly. You don't get enough data. 16.
¿Se puede saber cuándo lanzarán los nuevos adelantos de las nuevas soluciones? Es un secreto. Todo es un secreto. Paripampum.
Oh, right. The stability here still needs to go up because we only just conquered that. 0 to 24, mutinous. Ooh, this is
The blusterous. You cranky devil, you. You don't know what the developers do or do not do.
I mean, you're saying, yeah, you can gather data, but that's kind of also, you need to put it in the hands of the player first before you can gather the data. Obviously, there is AI tests, but an AI is probably never going to be entirely representative of the way a human plays the game.
Yeah. I wonder if the CEO plays. Romain?
Romain definitely plays.
Yeah, he's probably the most excited about Humankind of anybody in the studio, I think.
He is.
It's his baby.
I know. I've seen people say like, this is our dream game, is big talk. No, for Romain, this is really the dream game that he always wanted to make. Of course, it might not be quite where he would like it to be yet, because dreams are always big in games industry. And at some point we had to release the game. We can't work on the game without releasing it fully. I don't know, 10 years.
Yeah.
Because the money needs to come from somewhere. If we're completely honest.
I mean, if you look at a game like Escape from Tarkov, it's been quote unquote in development but released already for a ton of years. So you just keep on adding things to the game.
I guess. Do they consider it early access?
It's still considered early access, yes. They will release it, they say, probably in another 5 years.
But at least, they're clearly saying it's still in development. Or another, example I know of is like, smaller project, but, very famous, Dwarf Fortress. That was like first released for free 10 years, 12 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been financing himself basically through donations. The reason it's not coming to Steam is because he's saying like, the donations are just not reliable enough, and he needs the steady income for like insurance reasons and whatever. But and he said like it's been in development for 12 years, and he said version 0.42 or something like. He considers the game not even halfway done.
Still not even halfway there. Sounds like a Dr. Disrespect thing or something like that. It's like,
I mean, it's just so many ideas for that game.
Yeah. I think it's super. I don't know how I say this. It's a daunting task to be able to say that your product is finished. Can
we lean really into the war? What do we want to make with all that money or all that science?
I mean, hey, we're here to do some mongering, some warmongering.
We're here to chew bubblegum and kick some A. And we're all out of bubblegum?
We're all out of bubblegum, yeah. Can a game truly ever be totally balanced? No, I don't think it can.
The game is perfectly balanced, just as it should be, until
John,
you get to Spiffing Brit.
Yeah, Spiffing Brit can break everything. John, we can read both.
You should listen to this.
Oh, the Aztecs are not like, hey, can we maybe have a non-aggression pact?
Take care, Judge Man.
I think it's actually fine. Now that we've reduced them to being, on the island.
2 islands.
We can actually be like, oh yeah, hey guys, maybe let's trade a little so you can make some money and we get all those sweet buns.
Sweet, sweet pearls.
Give me all that salt you have now that you've been defeated. Like every true 4X gamer.
Our religion's name is Rage. Yes.
Oh god.
This is the Church of Rage, actually, Coconut.
Yeah, because we renamed that when we had some issues with the neighbors.
My religion is always called the Great Journey.
Oh.
Why is that, Corset? I remember being able to name my religion Brotherhood of Nod and some other things. And
see, this is what I mean with the archers being super outdated. This wasn't enough room. We still managed to lose an archer because they're so outdated.
Yeah, they get one shot at this point. I have faith in Amplitude Studios. They have never let me down in any of their games. I will hang in there with Humankind like I have for all their games. Heck yeah, Robzig. And we hope that we're earning, more and more faith in Humankind as a game as we continue to update it.
Admittedly, a lot of the improvements that are coming now are improvements we've been wanting to make for a long time, but they were just many other things to fix. Like, if you look at the patch notes, most of the patch notes for the big updates, the named ones, are like super long, and there's so many, fix bug, fix bug, fix bug, fix bug, and when you're busy fixing the bugs that all the players have discovered, then you don't get around to improving the features that the players would like to see improved. But the bug fixing is, of course, super important, because, adding more features when there's bugs just makes the bugs worse.
And also adding more features often makes more bugs too, so. I love Endless Legend. I am currently enjoying my playthrough as the Kapuka immensely, actually. I love the little lava people.
I was about to say, let's hope there's no Endless Legend fans in chat or they'll roast you for getting the name wrong.
Kapaku. Sorry, do I say Kapuka?
Yes.
I think I've done that before, actually. They didn't hear. Shush. For me, Humankind is a cool 4X game, good war game, but bad storytelling. I feel the base is really good. But so many things would need more, but an overhaul is a really big, cool project. I think the storytelling in aspect in Humankind is just so much different than the endless games because instead of
It's less directed, but I also, we were talking about this earlier today. It's like there's a lot of games, but when we look at the data, a lot of events like this, but when we look at the data for the events that people actually get, it's like, heavily weighted towards a couple of events, like half of the events maybe are reasonably frequent, and then the other half of the events is like super rare for players. And well, at some point we need to, sit down and, maybe tweak the conditions and stuff so that people actually see all of the events.
yeah, well,
And
I
then
mean,
there've also been like cool suggestions for like, oh, when you pick a new culture, then you should get an event that, gives you some context of how you go from like, oh, violent Norsemen to peaceful builders or something like that.
yeah, I think it's a really cool thought to work on and see how it could be implemented in the game. I like it. Life is a great journey. Spread the rage, tide the salt. Oh gosh.
Blood with the blood god, salt for our throne.
Yeah. Thanks, been playing a lot of Humankind when I'm not doing my PhD. I've got so many stories from playing that it feels more like a story generator than a 4X title as we know it. Yeah, that's awesome, John. What are you getting your PhD in? Losing indirect fire going from Archer to Expo is so painful. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that the line of sight is painful to a lot of players, and Sergio and I have been discussing the line of sight a lot with the designers, and to see how it can be changed to make it more intuitive to players. Because I think the big problem is like there is definite rules for the line of sight, but the rules are unintuitive to the players, and that's what's frustrating. But
Yeah,
I
get
should
that.
be able to see this. The rules say they're not.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, we need a lot of districts. We had way too many districts when we entered this era.
Look how Dota is balanced. Twice a year, whole round rebalance is redone. It still becomes balanced after a few follow-up patches because Valve balance changes are data-driven to a degree. I think comparing a MOBA to a 4X game is almost
Also,
not useful.
this sentence is structured in a way that kind of implies that our designers aren't looking at data. But trust me, we have a lot of data on which cultures are picked most, which civics are picked most, how many districts people build, and
Yeah,
stuff
I
like
mean,
that.
during my interview with Balthazar, I literally said that he has a graph where he has the data on how often people play which cultures, do which things and whatever, and he has the biggest culprits in the needs balance is overpowered, and anyways, you can go back and watch the VOD, but it's definitely not like
Yeah, we're not
using
just
data or
throwing
something.
darts at the board, and we're not just basing it on. Of course, we also read the forums because often you can see in the data you can see, for example, that players pick the Khmer a lot or something, but that doesn't tell you why they pick it. And so then we go to the forum, and then people are like, "Oh, we picked the Khmer because the Barai is overpowered," or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So the forums give context to the data, and vice versa. Do we need here?
How's our industry going?
So we're actually losing some food here, so we should. Oh, 32 food. Yes, that should help.
Was that the granary? Or was that the animal farms?
The animal barns.
Animal
And
barns,
then we
nice.
need
Animal barns is so strong when you have trading because you have 6 horses.
Yep. Yes, let's see here. You guys, all of you.
I love Spore. It's a very interesting game. Ideology, for example, is a really good idea, but seems like a seed in a potential of the tree. Yeah, and I mean, I think that we've mentioned that, I mean, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to anyways. But, Humankind is a game that we want to continue to update for a long time. And Humankind 2 is definitely something that would come at a certain point after.
But that's going to be quite a while.
But
before
yeah,
we get to
like-
Humankind too.
But yeah, I mean, but kind of like from this question that I'm reading or whatever, you know, like there is definitely the potential for, you know, I mean, you have Civ 1, Civ 2, whatever, like Humankind 1, Humankind 2. Well, you know, it makes sense. It makes sense. You know, there's a lot of ideas that take many, many years to get right. And I think that, you know, since Humankind is our first historical 4X game, you know, that's based off of not the endless universe, it really almost is like kind of a clean slate in that regard where, sure, you know, I think the community and our most loyal, you know, fans are going to compare Humankind to the endless games, but in a lot of ways it is trying to become its own thing, you know? And I think sometimes people need to let it become its own thing.
We refuse to surrender to the people who we are no longer at war with. And they're like, okay, this means war.
What?
Are you sure this is a good idea? Like, we're right outside your doorstep.
We got boats incoming. Hopefully they don't have any boats to stop us, though.
They do have the really powerful Night Sword. This is why I wanted the pikemen.
The Franchi Milites.
40 strength with heavy charge, so they get +6 if they charge.
Eesh.
So we really do need the +8 bonus from anti-cav, and even then we're going to take quite the beating.
Yeah, even if they're level 2 as well. Welcome in, Oscar Marquez.
You should listen to this.
Material science. My background is in engineering, but I had the option to change my focus later on. The real world equivalent of picking the Greeks after the Egyptians.
You should listen to
Oh gosh, that's awesome. Material science. That's super cool. I got my degree in psychology, but I did not want to get a PhD because I did not want to become a therapist, because I think I would have a hard time being a therapist. People say I'm a great listener, but I think I'm
I think
too invested in people's
yeah, I was about to say,
problems.
I've heard before that, you know, what you don't want to be as a therapist is too empathic. Because if you feel too much for your patients,
I would bring that
then-
stuff home.
yeah.
I would feel that at home, and I'd be like worrying about other people's problems instead of enjoying my own life.
curses, we can't quite get them in. Wait, quadrennium 29. How strong are our transport ships, Estonors? 23. Okay, the quadrennium is definitely stronger, so we shouldn't attack it.
We just need a beach.
Well, it is a beach, but we need full movement points to disembark.
Are they gonna get over to us in time?
Probably, sadly.
That reminds me of when the cultists were coming with like 10 ships after my like little group of people I just wanted to boop across the ocean. Too human, too kind. Humankind 3, Lucy Drift. Oh gosh, nefarious. You should create the titles for our games. We'll just hire you. Create titles. It's great. What is the symposium again? Subluscious is mentioning a symposium. I'm trying to remember what that is.
Oh, it's one of the
this strange
things you
monument
unlock.
holds
Of the repeatables you unlock
Most
in.
impressive.
Oh, like the
industrial.
feast or the
Yeah.
parade.
And that's the one that gives you only a little bit of science. Which
Okay.
I know a lot of people say it's really weak, but I think the point of the symposium is less to actually generate science. It's more to be the first one to build it so that you get the bonus fame. Oof. Oh yeah. We're not attacking yet, I think. This is no. We need to get the other guys in as well. But you know.
Next turn.
Points. I wish we had already had the Forbidden City when the war started.
All right, I look forward to it, Arfinus. Yeah, I've used stealth units a couple of times, but I don't know if I'm good enough at the game to fully reach the potential with the stealth units.
I probably am not either.
Yeah, Robzig, it's tough. Like, when you think about what type of skills are required and what skills would make you a good therapist, a lot of those skills that would make you a good therapist actually would make you would make therapy bad for you. You know what I mean? Because being able to step into people's shoes to really help them through their problems.
The things, I guess you need to be able to relate and, feel for them while you're doing the actual therapy. But you also need to be able to leave that stuff behind
Compartmentalize.
when you leave, or it's gonna ruin you.
Yeah, it's tough. Or you feel so much for them that you develop feelings for them or whatever. Like, obviously, like, not okay as a therapist. So I think it's a really interesting situation where I think it takes a very special type of person who can be a good therapist and also still have a life and still function as a human.
Do we want to build it here?
New tenant for rage.
Yes, indeed.
Oh god. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Welcome to the Church of Rage. Please sit in the corner and scream. Don't sleep with your therapist, just saying. Yeah, well that's the thing though, is that you're getting into such a vulnerable and emotional place with a person. It's hard not to generate feelings because as humans connect with each other, you generate empathy. You feel, you hope that they have good things happen to them. You want to protect them from bad things. Like, these are all the same feelings that you would experience with somebody that you are in a relationship with, and so it's a really interesting person that's a good therapist. Keeps it within those bounds of a professional relationship.
Okay, good. The knights aren't in the battle, so we actually stand a chance of winning this, I think.
What's the point in repeatable to build it once, spend thousands of industry for a mere 50 fame? Opportunity cost just isn't there. I think the real question is there other things that you could do to get that fame that are easier? Because obviously in a game that's based off of getting the most amount of fame, you're trying to maximize your fame with the least amount of effort, right?
Yeah. Of course, the battlefield expanded so that the knights were there after all, and then they completely crushed one of our units instantly. And, we're too surrounded to actually get out.
It's really hard to take a coastline.
No, the problem is really just these knights are so crazy strong, and our ships were too far apart. I should have put the units back in the ocean so that they couldn't have attacked.
I really enjoy these co-streams you do. Heck yeah. I have a blast. I have a blast streaming with Stephanie. I think it also allows a different level of interaction with the chat. Obviously I try to interact with the chat as much as I can, but it's also hard to play the game and talk, especially in a 4X game. Sure, I can pause whenever I want and like chat about something, but if you were here yesterday at our Endless Space stream, you'll realize that I only got through 14 turns of the game because how much thought that has to go into each turn, but still also wanting to be able to interact with chat,
I'm just going to try to take out at least one of the knights and, write off this army.
Yeah, this is tragic currently.
We're gonna lose quite a bit of war support, but that's why I'm not bringing in the reinforcements, because that way I can minimize the losses we take.
Looking forward to Rage Miss this year.
As you know, a Warhammer 40k player, I would say, I believe it's called Sanguinala.
Sanguinala, Himenamabala.
It's from,
No, I was going the...
Yeah, but, because there's a faction, their leader was called Sanguinus, from, like, blood. And the thing is... The thing is, these guys, they, submit to something called the Black Rage. But they have an equivalent of Christmas where they celebrate their leader, so it's kind of weird that you have these guys that fly into murderous rages, but at the same time they're always depicted as like these angelic figures. It's like,
Interesting.
Then again, actual biblical angels are actually pretty scary, aren't they?
Yeah, well, the descriptions in the Bible are quite scary. Looking forward. Angry Santa yells obscenities at people from his sled. I hate Rage Miss. The people next door just yell a lot.
Angry Santa, is that like, you know, Robot Santa in Futurama?
I've never seen Futurama. I don't know. Big fan of Rage Giving too. We're thankful for this turkey. We're very thankful for this turkey. Oh gosh.
Let me actually see which of our cities is probably the one where we're best to. Oh, Haojing actually has good industry and negative food, so I guess this is the place where we should be getting the new units.
Good thinking.
Do we have knights? Maybe we should counter. Oh no, our knights are not strong enough to counter their knights, of course.
What is JDG? Is it a French? It's a French show?
Jared de Grenier, one of the streamers.
Ah, okay. Watches series Dessous des cartes. LP narratif. It's like a YouTube series that they did. I actually feel like I'm at the point where listening to stuff in French would actually probably help my French.
I'm kind of trying to find something that, you know, is, but something I have some knowledge about, so that, you know,
it's easier to
understand.
Guess the context.
And but also is not too complicated.
Mm-hmm. Okay, they went back to the land. Are we gonna get into a
luckily
ocean fight here?
Luckily, you know, our war support is static. Theirs is falling, so we can just fall back and come back with a better army.
Let them turn and burn for a little bit. The only Warhammer stuff I was into was Mordheim, City of the Damned. Now that was a quality game.
The PC game or the actual tabletop game? I never got to try either, admittedly. Well, no, I think I played Mordheim on the tabletop once, where somebody gave me like a, you know, a primer on it.
Pen says, Mr. Amplitude, I need a word. A World Congress / United Nations. All right? Little Venmo, a couple bucks. Oh, gosh. I don't think we take Venmo requests. You'll just have to wait and see what we do, I guess.
Oh no, Curses! I built it on the wrong harbor. I guess it's gonna take a while to get over there.
How you doing, Pen?
Oh yes, yes! They put their knights.
Oh,
big mistake, because boats can't charge.
Boats can't charge. You heard it here first, folks.
I guess they can. It's called ramming speed.
Ramming speed. Honestly, some boats had like ramming stuff on the front, didn't they?
I'm pretty sure like a lot of boats in the ancient era had rams, because from what I heard,
hit them
like,
broadside.
I heard from what I heard, but I'm not no expert in this. But I've heard once that, you know, a lot of the Mediterranean sea battles, like the Romans, the Greeks, the Carthaginians, weren't so much sea battles as you pull your boats up alongside and then you fight a land battle on the boats.
I mean, it's kind of like the pirates, you know. You
kind of,
grapple,
yeah.
hook on,
it was kind of like boarding actions.
Swing across.
And like apparently, like some of them had like drop bridges with hooks on their boat, so they could drop it onto the enemy boat and march across it, stuff like that.
It's like in Lord of the Rings when they have the ladders that like drop the little like hooks down so they can't just push them off. It's a YouTube series. Basically, it's a narrative let's play taught as an alternative history class with Civ. Example, Napoleon versus the Zulu War. Okay, interesting. I might check it out. Loving the beta, having a great time. Nice, Pen. Nice. Have you given any feedback on the Game Together forums?
Here because, oh yes.
What? Oh, is it all rivers?
There's so many rivers here, yes.
It's all river tiles.
Except for the mountain.
Well, yeah.
And then, you know, we can build out across here.
Oh my gosh. What should we call that valley? I feel like that valley deserves a name. Kunlun Valley. Not as cool as Rocks and Bread.
I want to
Call
get this, and when we have this, then we can start cranking out the units because this is
Extra
25 experience per iron. We have 5 iron.
Ooh.
So these guys will probably come out at like 3 stars or something like that.
What I like to see. The Romans knew nothing of navies and just rammed and boarded the Carthaginians until victory. I mean, what sort of naval weapons would you have had at that time period?
Well, that's the point. You kind of didn't. You had like
Threw
ramming
spears,
spurs, you had bridges, so you could get across.
throw rocks from one boat to another.
I guess some boats might have had ballista on them.
Would you be able to handle the torque that a ballista would put on the boat itself by where you mounted it, though? I feel like that's got to be... You'd have to have some crazy mounts.
I mean, ballista is not that huge.
But I mean, think about the amount of pounds of pressure that
Yeah, but
would put into the
it's-
ground.
it's not a whole lot of momentum because, the projectile is not super heavy.
I guess it depends on how big the ballista is, but
Yeah, they probably have something like this size on the boat, and it's like, about the height of a human. Yeah, sure, it has, quite the force behind it.
I
but
guess
I don't
you could
think
have it not mounted. You could just have a free thing like a
for one
cannon.
thing, you can have it but also, let me put it another way. If the ballista, the torque, is enough to tear the boat apart, then the torque is enough to tear the fucking ballista apart.
Well, I mean, the individual links in the ballista probably are stronger than what you'd have to do to mount it to the boat.
if you can build the ballista strong enough, you can do something to fix it to the boat.
I suppose. I think
Obviously, you would probably, need to experiment to not go too crazy. But let's
Yeah.
actually get.
with early cannons, weren't they kind of loose? They had wheels so they could back when they shot.
I think that was more because the early cannons were front loaders. You needed to pull them back to get the new cannonball and powder.
Okay,
Like you didn't have a breech loader at the back where you could put it in.
right.
But obviously, yeah, it did have recoil. But I guess, the same argument is like, when you have a modern gun, the bullet is definitely enough to punch through a dude's leg or something. But it's not like the gun rips your arm off when you fire it.
Well, it depends. It depends on the gun. Yeah, some guns have a lot better recoil.
Yeah, but even if it's the worst recoil, you don't need somebody to reattach your arm afterwards.
I know you're in the medieval era, but when I see this many river tiles, my mind just calls the Harappan time. Go! Can we re-get the Harappans?
Yeah, let's improve our unit production capabilities here a bit because apparently that's.
Well, I
have a
mean,
problem with us?
we're kind of warmongering. What are we gonna do in the next era, though?
I haven't decided yet because we still need so many more districts for the Builder Stars.
Goodness
With
gracious.
15 makers' quarters, your biggest worry may be where all the workers will eat and sleep.
Yes, stay in the water.
We're coming! Oh, you can get one of them. Will the other ones get pulled into the battle?
They're close enough, but I don't think they are. But very importantly, I want these guys to not be close enough because those boats are way more fragile. But for some reason, they're more sturdy against the actual. Yeah, battle supposedly pretty small.
If you could keep them in between the ice, you could potentially protect your rear and get the front as well. If you kind of keep them sandwiched in there.
Yeah, I'm mildly worried about them overwhelming us with numbers here.
Can
I
you-
think we need to get 4 boats together first
Yeah, it might
before we
be.
can attack them.
Might be wise. Especially if they're not all just land units.
No, I
They have
think
at
that's
least one.
there's one kind of outdated boat in there, but the land units, there's a lot of them. So
It's like 6 to 2. That'd be a struggle.
they just overwhelm us with numbers. They're Zerg rushing us.
No worries. Take care, Nefarious.
They cottoned on and they're leaving.
You're like, I saw your boats actually for that brief second.
But you know that's fine by me because then we can maybe sink their actual boat. Actually, you know, if they're all hanging around down here, let's just sail up to Carthage and frickin' take it because it's like one one tile. I don't think they have many defenders there.
Nope. Ooh. I forgot. Yeah, that's why I told you.
18.
I got a supply drop, everybody. Water for days.
Nope, that's not good. Any good research spots? No, not really. Maybe a good hamlet somewhere.
I realized I
Ooh,
was
this is-
thirsty,
this is a nice one.
but I didn't realize it until there was water. But at least I was saved the pain of feeling thirsty while not having water. Heavy infantry, nice.
Oh yeah, yeah. They come out as 2 stars, I guess.
2 stars is pretty good.
Wait, we can see the experience somewhere, right? Ah, here. Oh, they're close to 3 stars. Not quite. Hey, maybe we can buy some more iron from other
Do we
people.
know how?
See you again.
Ooh,
Peter.
ooh, 411. Not bad.
That they're already the Mughals, so that's mildly concerning that we're falling behind. But we do want the stars.
Well, yeah.
I think we're not focused on like a specific culture we want in the next era, so it's fine.
Oh, they retreated.
Well, that's fine. That still, you know, costs them more support. You guys wait.
They should be afraid. They should be very afraid.
We really need to actually merge this into somewhere else, I think. Because this single territory city is kind of not working out.
What is it lacking? It's just lacking food, or
It's just lacking space.
oh, space.
It's
Yeah,
like,
well,
you know, we're kind of running out of places. Wait, I think this is actually the... Yes.
they have so many units.
Yep, they have massive army down here.
They must be. No, I guess if they have enough money from other things, that they'd be fine having.
I mean,
that
this
big
is
of an
why
army.
we're now just going to go and grab Carthage up here. And these guys, I think we're just gonna wait until we get the era stars, and then we'll the builder stars, and then we'll pick somebody to
Could we get a builder culture next time, though?
maybe, yes.
Trying to think of what the early modern the early
Oh, wait,
modern
actually,
cultures
this should be
are.
some. Yes, this is a good place for some research quarters. And then I guess we could build our way out to over here to have research quarters near the horses. But nah, not really worth. Ah, wait. 2 food. I think I'm willing to give up 2 food to get more signs from adjacencies here,
I like it.
because this is potentially like saltpeter or something. Oh, come on. I guess, wait. Do we have... No, we haven't built a hamlet here yet. So if we build the hamlet
Ooh.
here, we can do like research quarters all over here, which get the bonus from the strategic. So that should be good.
I mean, the other tile is a 29.
Yeah, but we can build the normal districts over there.
Oh, that's fair.
And I do want to be able to, you know, immediately get the +8 here.
Fair enough.
And that'll also dramatically buff our potential infrastructures.
How are we getting
Ooh.
so many districts in one turn? Oh, I guess it just turned into 2 turns after that first one. Did we have some surplus industry, or?
I think we might have had surplus industry.
With
Okay.
5 research quarters
I was like, why are they all one-turn
one wonders
districts?
what will run out first.
Seems
Food,
quick for
coins, and paper.
us at our.
I do think we kind of need this one when we're dealing with the Franks.
Yeah, honestly though,
we absolutely need that.
do we have all military tenants?
Now we have one money tenant because the military
Okay.
tenant here had already been taken.
Oh yeah, see.
Which is a shame because this kind of doesn't fit the theme we had going. But there was
Yeah.
no.
Trade
I mean, we could
and
have
war.
we could have used this one, but the movement speed, not that important, I think.
and the unit industry cost is
The
pretty
unit
nice,
industry
though.
cost would have, but I wanted this one because the money per trade routes is going to help us actually pay for our soldiers, which is it's kind of important. You don't want your well armed troops to be like, it kind of sucks not getting paid. Maybe we should get a new boss.
Yeah, they definitely need enough gold coins to chew on. What's up, Mad Max? Fabrice? Granau? Bonjour. Or should we say bonsoir?
Aha! This time they think they will lose, so we can actually take them out little by little. Ooh, they do have some cogs now.
There's a tenant that gives your units +1 movement, though. I guess that was taken.
No, that one was
it
free,
wasn't.
But, as I say,
We-
we do want a bit of money from all our trade.
How much are we currently spending on our military? 118.
180.
That's not terrible.
It's gonna
but-
get more expensive in the next era.
Yeah,
when
we have had
upgrade everything.
A lot of trade going on, though, which has definitely helped us a lot.
I'm thinking, maybe we'll have like 2 cities, one here and one here.
I like it. We're getting
Yeah,
around.
absorb this one in, so we have like the one big one here. That's fine. And then, because now we're not losing influence to that anymore either.
The
Ooh,
Bluster's saying that they like something? Unprecedented.
To be fair to him,
I'm
Sublusters
just giving Sublusters shit, sorry.
Sublusters is a big fan of the Endless games, which is one of the reasons why he's giving us so much crap about problems in the Endless games.
Yeah.
Because he wants them to be the best games they can be.
I agree. I can feel that it comes from a place of love. I just like razzing him a little bit.
You just like trolling people.
I-
That's why you're the social media manager.
It's me, I'm Mario. Oh gosh. I think memeing is probably my love language. I think that that's how I do it. I just meme at people. I've started messaging my wife on Discord instead of with text messages because it's easier to send gifs.
to meme on.
Yeah. Or it's easier to get like a link into Discord because I'm already on it on the computer, so I don't have to bring out my phone. I can just send her the link on Discord. And she's like starting to actually like message me through Discord instead of on our phones, which is super funny.
So where should I build the holy site? 'Cause I do want to crank out a holy site, I think. I guess we need it in our capital so that the trade benefits from it.
That'd be good, yeah.
Let's make up our mind about it later.
Comment vas-tu? That's a great question. Doing well. Yeah, I don't know. Things are going real good. I'm very excited. I'm gonna go home to the United States to visit my family here at the end of the month, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna be eating some In-N-Out
Oh,
and some Costco hot dogs. Oh no, they're pigeonholed right there.
Yep.
You've fallen.
we can just cycle our boats.
Oh, we also one shot them.
Oh, I think they even deployed. Yes, they have deployed. But actually,
Yeah, I was like, if you.
we can just.
Oh no.
Oh, I think it reset there. Maybe they'll try to escape onto land now. But I think there was at least one of their knights.
It's cliffs, I think. I don't
No,
think they
no.
can get out.
This is normal beaches.
That is normal beaches.
This is cliffs. You can tell because this is coastal
Oh,
water.
yep. You're right.
But
You're right. I'm wrong.
But anyway. Oh,
I haven't
we
played too
actually-
much recently, but I love how I go into every match with a plan, and it always changes drastically around either the ancient era or the classical era. Like my current game, tried to go for the Egyptians to help out with the community event, even easier. Got stolen by one of the AI, so I picked the Harappans for the food synergy with my rivers. Due to me having seen an early war chance, I basically turned into the world's warmonger. You never know what you're gonna get. Humankind's like a box of chocolates.
Yep, they escaped until the land. But there's more boats down here.
Just terrorizing people with our 4 cogs.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I have like a list of all the things that I'm going to eat / do in the United States.
A lot of the food you can't get here.
A lot of food, yep. A lot of things like camping and stuff like that. Mountain biking.
I think the poor Leonardo over here is reconsidering his life choices. At this point, you know.
Still, he's aggressive.
Yeah, but you know, look at that war support ticking down while ours is at 100. After he was like, "Oh, I'm declaring war on you for not surrendering to the people you just made peace with." Maybe you need to invent like the telegraph so you get some up-to-date news or something.
Yeah, they have old letters. Apparently, they wanted you to surrender. Now we shall go to war.
Yeah, you know, and another nice thing about the hamlet, of course, is, you know, what we could do now is like say, oh yeah, we used this hamlet to build these research districts. But actually now the hamlet is becoming a university town for +11 science.
Oh. Can you build another hamlet now?
Once it's replaced, I should be able to build a new one.
That seems a potential exploit now.
I think that one is actually somewhat by design because, you know, this is something that happens in the real world as well. You know, you have a small town and then something special is there and it becomes a big city, and then, you know, then the former small town suddenly has small towns around it.
Okay, I get it. It's like satellite cities that turn
Yeah, exactly. That turn into a proper city.
Now it's a college town.
And then they have their own city satellites, and it keeps going. Oh, come on. How
That
many
did
more do
show
we
me
need?
the power of the winged Hussars. Now I have to find a way to get to the other continents quickly to terrorize them. The winged Hussars are scary. There's so many.
Oh, they actually. Oh no, it's actually the independent people that are attacking us here. What do they have?
Knights.
I think we can manage this if we manage it ourselves.
Knights can't charge on the boats, though, right?
Yeah, but it's still, you know, if they focus fire, it can get a bit hairy. But
That
should be
feels
fine.
That feels pretty good.
can I? No, not from here. Here I should be able to.
Oh,
Oh, come on. I want these guys to actually, you know, not be over there so they don't get attacked. So
phew.
I'm actually falling back over here.
Is she gonna take our flag?
Yep. But that's just as planned because
Because
now
they
we can
split their troops.
just get over here. And
Surround them. This is the move called the flank and spank.
let's get far away from the one survivor. And then use the filthy one to retake the flag. It's of course slightly annoying that our unit will be very wounded when we actually attack the city.
That's a good point. Yep, that is a good point. But we didn't suffer any losses. Now, is that a real ship? That's a real.
Unfortunately, yes.
That will destroy.
We'll
us.
we'll have to run from that one, I think. But you know, actually, we don't even need to take the city, I guess, because we can just terrorize them and then be like, "You're our vassal now." Oh wait, we do want to take the city. We do need to conquer this because this one has the pyramids in it, I think.
If we have enough
Where
wars,
are the
if we have enough war support, we can force them to surrender, right?
that's the Church of Our Lady of Mary.
At a certain point.
Yeah, but we can't take the city unless we occupy.
Right.
There's the pyramids. This is the place we actually need.
Does flanking work on C units? I would assume
I think
so.
on the melee units, but not on the ranged one. Like, you know, the boarding vessels, like the cog. I think they have flanking, but not the ranged units, like the transport ship.
I'm glad that we used the all the Da Vinci emblems for the empires.
Fine, what to do with you?
It's like some festival music for the Norsemen, like some Renaissance fair vibes.
I'm pretty sure this is a traditional medieval piece that's been reinterpreted because I've heard it before outside of the Humankind soundtrack.
The music that they used for the Witcher, the TV show The Witcher, sounds very much like this too. Some kind of like, you know, minstrels clapping along, and the troubadours have come to town
You've obviously never heard some of the German folk rock bands. Some of them,
I have.
some of them are like, you know, oh yeah, this is our version. Well, we are not even using modern instruments, and they still rock out really hard.
Heck yeah! Oh yeah, you can jam out super hard.
If we attack like this, it will
Brings the
will pull these guys in, but on the oceans they're actually, you know, weaker. So that's
so
209. 209. Is there any way we can get that? You know, no, not really. I think, but I think they might just run because they know, you know, these are not naval units. Yep. Took a moment to decide, but yeah, they just ran.
thinking.
Let's hope that they don't come to attack us, because once we get up here, we're fine.
Protesting on cities for 5 turns. Import or limit. Great woodlands.
Standing on the highest peak in the Empire, a landscape of denuded woodlands stretches as far as the eye can see. We didn't chop a single forest in this game. What are you talking about? I guess maybe some of the stuff we conquered had been chopped.
I mean, we do have infrastructure that is like lumber yards, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, I guess that's...
We technically haven't chopped them down ourselves, but we created the infrastructure to chop them down.
Yeah, this is one of those things where it's kind of, I guess, getting a bit dissonant with the fact that the lumber yards aren't actually deforesting tiles. But I guess it's protesting either way, isn't it?
Yep. It just depends on which ideology we want to promote.
We don't want to lose the bonus we have. Oh no! Rebels!
Rebel scum. Where
Wait,
are
is
they?
that the last one we need? Yes!
Yay!
Finally! Pick the next culture, at last!
Builder Star!
We're only like the last to do it.
Are there any builder cultures left? I don't see any.
No builders. The Mughals had already been taken.
Are the Mughals the only early modern builder culture?
Yes.
Oh.
Since, you know, I'm not wait, let's check
Our empires are
the
close. I am
resources
so
we can buy.
pleased
They
to
have
meet
one
you.
saltpeter, and you guys have
Well,
no saltpeter. Oh, but you have iron.
What's up, Bahamut? Greetings, strangers. We're not strangers. You know us.
I was thinking, you know,
It's Jordan and Stephanie.
if they had 2 saltpeter, then, you know, we could have been sure we can pick whatever.
Blessings on you.
But these guys have saltpeter. Yes.
That's
Expensive. It's expensive, but we can get a total of 3 saltpeter even
Next
if we
turn.
don't have any. So that means we're completely free. Because if we hadn't been sure, I would have said, let's pick the Hodnosoni, because we could build these guys without any saltpeter.
The Rotiskin Krat. That's a hard one to say.
Yeah, I don't speak Hodnosoni. I'm not even gonna try.
I always try.
But I'm thinking we could also, say like, hey, let's lean into some heavy weapons with the Ottomans, and
Mhm.
then start building like in the industrial era, start building machine guns and artillery for half price, and they're stronger.
Half price heavy weapon industry cost.
Oh no, wait, I know which one we need to take if we want to build a lot of districts. The Poles, because they get plus stability on districts. That means we can build more districts.
True, without going fully
Also,
unstable.
since we're having trouble in the war, clearly it is time for the winged hussars to arrive.
Looks like Daniel's got a question. Hi, will this new upgrade have multiplayer hot seat? Are you talking about the Bolivar update?
Hot seat, as in, just to make sure that there's no misunderstanding. You mean hot seat, not hot join. No, hot seat is pretty much never going to be a thing because the game is coded around the simultaneous turns. There are some features that are designed around the simultaneous turns, like the reinforcements. So we cannot just turn it into sequential turns for hot seat. That would be basically rebuilding the game from scratch.
Come on, break your tongue. I tried.
So let's hope that it
What's up,
doesn't
Bakaffle?
put
Thank you.
the most wounded one as the first one. Oh, actually, I guess we could just wait and siege it. We're not in a rush.
I mean, not really.
They sortied, but now they're the ones that need to kill us. And of course, it puts the most wounded one first.
Dang it.
But at least this, of course, did.
Well, that was unfortunate.
Yeah, of course they do. But, yes, this time, the strong one. That's gonna work better.
Can they shoot at us from the ocean?
No, those are melee boats. It gets around us. I think they might get the flanking bonus now, but that's it. We're not gonna attack because they get the fortification. We're just gonna wait for them to, kill themselves on our
Attack us
pikemen.
to death. They're the ones that chose to attack, okay?
We have the pointy sticks and we're just waiting for them to run into them. Our pikemen have just drilled them into the ground and chilling. I don't know what these guys are doing.
All in a day's work. Hooray, so can Amplitude beat the game on the highest difficulty? I can't, personally.
I mean, I might be able to if I really tried, but I really usually don't feel
It's
like
tough.
trying because
It's tough.
it takes a lot of micromanagement and min-maxing and optimization that I just don't feel like doing. I'm not that kind of player.
I love how we talked about the Winged Hussar half an hour ago, and now we are the Pulse. Everything's coming together. It's all coming together.
Just as planned.
Honestly, though, they're super cool. The Pulls are friends. Yes, exactly.
Now you're suspicious. Why are you suspicious? What, of the boat right outside your coast? Waiting?
Leonardo, all the unique avatars from the events have their own voice lines, right?
No.
Or do they get the voice lines?
They
from...
have the normal voice lines.
Okay. I was just thinking to myself, I was like, that'd be a lot of recording.
It is a lot of recording. It's like 600 lines for each.
Well, I know how much work has gone into the influencer avatars.
Will you please kill yourselves on our spears?
It doesn't feel like we're winning this fight per se.
I think we're killing more units than we're losing, which still gives us war support. But I don't think we're going to be able to actually conquer the city. This is one where we really need the range units, so we could be standing over here and just shooting them.
Yeah.
The problem really also is that because we have only the one tile, we can't get more than one dude at a time. But yeah, I guess this particular war is a really good example, good use for the new system, because normally 2 turns from now it would end our war, but we don't have the city we want yet, which is exactly the kind of situation where it used to be super frustrating when it forced you to end the war. Yeah, we don't really need the Barbican.
The siege is so silly and I love it. Everything is coming up poles. Look at the magnets. Look at magnets.
Does this one go in here or in here?
Our enemies are gonna look at us and say, "Die poles."
Oh, I mean, we are Mormon, so let's actually use this one for once.
I
Imperialists,
suppose that once you
yes,
have put
we
your
are.
boots on their territory, you might
Hello,
as
is the
well
AI behavior working good now? Daniel, you're gonna have to be more specific with your question.
Define good. I'm not sure.
That's
what
a pretty
what good.
vague. It's a pretty vague question you got there. It'd be a shame if anything were to happen to it.
Given 30 research quarters,
Great dad jokes, I
I'm
know.
not sure if this should be called
I
a
keep on telling
science
my wife I'm ready. I've got the dad jokes. I'm ready to be a dad. I'm not ready to be a dad.
But you know, I know some streamers I've watched sometimes like what's his name, Nucleum, who does like a lot of Dwarf Fortress like strategy
Mhm.
games. He has a dad joke command in his Twitch chat, so people can be like dad joke, and it costs like a couple of points, I think.
Mhm.
And then he comes up with a dad joke, and sometimes they're like they're so dad joke. They're the daddest jokes that ever dadded, basically.
I believe it. I
Like,
want my jokes to be so bad that you slap yourself on the face.
What was the one he told recently? Oh, he had, you know, he wanted to listen to a song on YouTube. He spent all day searching, but I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Which is like, this is such a dad joke because it's also a dated pop culture reference.
Okay.
Because I still haven't found what I'm looking for is actually the song title.
Okay. That's what I thought. I was like, wait.
And it's like,
One can say these dad jokes are polished. You know, the saddest day...
Maybe we should build some units here because, you know, we kind of have a food problem.
We kind of do. The saddest day of my whole adult life was the day that Costco stopped having the Polish hot dogs, and they only just have the regular hot dogs. Did anybody else shed a tear for the Polish dogs? I was so sad. I don't even think you can buy them in the store anymore. Like, I think they only sell the hot dogs now. I don't know, maybe you can still buy them in the refrigerated section, but... Some fun humankind well-being. Turn off the UI, go to your capital, zoom in as close as possible, then follow the roads through your districts to the different cities of your empire and take in the view. It's very cool.
Of course, you know, when you zoom in on the roads, sometimes, especially, you know, around the city centers, you get a... Oh, wait, I think we actually... Yeah, they're protesting. You can kind of see that they're protesting here. Let's find a city that's not surrounded in smog. And then, you know, zoom in on, like, some of the ones that have, like... Oh, yeah, there you could see, you know...
The horses are drifting.
You get, you know...
The drift.
Too human, too kind. During drift.
Humankind 3, Lucy's Drift or something. What was that?
Oh no, they deal 8 damage to our unit. Oh, there's actual ghosts here, I think. Yeah, that's an actual cog, and that's an actual cog, I think. That's fine. Is this one?
You might be able to just ace that unit with three votes.
I can't get out here.
Oh, I meant this one. You can just do.
Yeah, but I wanted to check if there's any.
I think they're all actual boats.
They're all actual cogs. Yeah.
Oh, that one's the knight.
Yep. Because I would very much love to sink the knight in one shot if I can, but this one is the problem.
All right, we have some clarification from Daniel. Guys, I mean, is the AI developing parallel the player? For example, in my game, some AI has planes, while I and the other AIs are fighting with horses. Well, I think I understand kind of more where you're coming from now, Daniel. So the AI has been adjusted with the Bolivar update to have a better pacing so that the game feels funner.
Funner.
More fun. Grammar be hard. But anyway,
Also, you know, English don't have no rules.
English don't have no rules.
Or at least they don't get no respect for the rules.
But anyways, the specifics of what has been changed with the AI you might not care about. But to let you know, the AI will play differently, and your experience with feeling the power of the AI will potentially lead to a more enjoyable experience, depending on.
I think that it's not. I mean, there's been some tweaks, of course, to the actual code of the AI, sure, but I don't think those will be fairly subtle for the players, mostly. But the big thing really is that
It's coming in.
the starting bonuses on the higher difficulties are now a little smaller, so they're not immediately starting to bully you because they're like, oh, look, my industry is so much stronger because I get free industry. But then they grow over time, so that, you know, they have a better time keeping up with you later on.
They just pulled out a bunch of land units too.
Yeah, but I think, you know, overall, you know, well, gonna lose 4 units. They already lost, what, 6?
Well, and you can one-shot that night.
Yeah, 7. Ah, and they moved next to us. So I can one-shot somebody else.
Fools!
Crossbowman, Great Swordsman. Which one do we kill? Actually this one. So overall, yeah, we still got a lot of war support out of that, even though we lost our entire fleet. Actually, no, one of them survived.
Worth.
Because they took the flag.
Oh, right.
So yeah, I think that worked out in our favor.
Costco doesn't have Polish dogs anymore? Yeah, coconut! How many seconds are there in a year?
Oh lord.
How many seconds are there in a year?
I don't know.
2,400, 600,000, 500 minutes. No, how does that?
I don't know.
Whatever I just said wasn't right. I'm pretty sure there's a song about how many. Wait, how many seconds are there in a year? I don't know. It's all chicken wraps now. I know. We need the chicken. We need the Polish dogs back. The Polish dog. So the regular hot dogs are fine. They're good. They're really good all beef hot dogs. But the Polish dogs had the spice. The Polish spices were delicious, and it was more closer to like a, you know, like a spicy kind of bratwurst situation rather than just like a American hot dog, which is okay. It's fine. It's just not as good. I thought about going on an all almond diet, but that's just nuts.
Yes,
I love it.
The dad jokes are real.
Oh gosh. There are 12 seconds in a year. January 2nd, February 2nd, March 2nd.
Oh.
Oh gosh. These are some
Of
good
course, I
jokes.
should have realized that it was a dad joke.
Oh yeah, I think that was the. I think we're all showing dad jokes. Kind of wish each unit had a unique icon, because sometimes their models aren't different enough to be visually differentiated. I actually 100% agree with that. I think that it'd be great for the models to all have unique symbols. I think the hard part is what would those symbols be?
Yep. I think it's time we invent boats with guns so that we can shoot onto the land.
Ooh, cannons.
Why are we getting rebels down here? Like, you guys are fine.
Making learning history fun. Nail polish.
Well, yes.
We have a particular sheen to our boats. It's the Polish sheen, the nail polish.
No, I think they might actually be referring to.
Oh, you actually do have really cool nail polish. Oh, I thought we were making a Polish joke again. Is this a double joke, Bachhoffel?
Because, you know,
I wouldn't put it past them.
yeah, but since they had the trans heart, after,
Oh.
I'm pretty sure they were referring to my nail polish.
Okay, see, you recognize that by the color, but I didn't.
Yes.
I didn't immediately.
I
I'm
mean,
still learning.
for obvious reasons, I do recognize that one.
Fair enough. Hey, fair enough. It was just about okay. Well, you did a secret poll joke, okay? It was a secret double joke. Oh goodness. So
Oh,
we
my
were.
letter from war weariness. Oh man, I think we may actually need to end the war.
Our
Because
people are tired of.
Our people are tired of this
conflict.
Crap. And they still have like armies running around here, and it's like, guess we'll just have to come back for another go.
Speak, fool. Or loot my land with your
Speak, fool! Leonardo.
Impossible. The proposal is worse than bad poetry.
All right.
I guess the thing to do is we could vassalize them, but wait, can we?
We don't have enough.
Can we actually? We can't demand the one we actually want because it's already attached. So the thing to do is, what's that meme? I will never financially recover from this.
I bested you.
He is probably so broke now. Can we see his money? I don't think we can.
No. It'd be
Not
fun if you
monograph
could see their
back.
money.
Hey, how about you pay us for it?
Sound of
Yeah, buddy. That was a bad move.
They're gonna have to get rid of all their military. Are they gonna just start having rebels because they're so poor that their stability will go down?
The stability will tank from it unless they can somehow recover. And also, of course, we can now use this money to first
I am so pleased.
do this.
A proposal.
Oh,
for
refused. Oh, come on,
Think
no.
on it.
I don't want to.
It is
Like,
a
you're needy. I want to offer you better trade, and you still turn it down. Oh, cool.
You're right.
Nice.
Thank you.
And just go through our allies here and be like,
How do
hey, how about you sell me all of that stuff? Like all the saltpeter so we can build a nice gunpowder unit.
Oh, those are some expensive Peters.
Yeah, but it means we can get gun instead of pokey stick next time. Because clearly the pokey sticks were not quite effective enough.
They were very sharp sticks. It just was slightly less effective.
Obsidian is gonna be useful to get all the districts done. And then I guess, get some signs. But we still have a bunch of money. We can probably afford all of this. This is where I wish there was a buy all button. Oh, the extractor is deactivated? What?
Do you think?
Oh, this is why the extractor is deactivated. Because the Aztecs are still alive and they're just standing there. And you guys at war with the Aztecs? They are.
Oh my gosh, the Aztecs just can't take a break. Can't catch a break.
Wait, no. We don't want to piss these guys off. We're gonna go to these guys and be like,
What can I do for you?
because they basically worship the ground we're walking on. So could you
Apologies.
please?
But the time.
Surrender. Somebody did some great parametric curves with those trade routes. They're pretty trade routes, that's for sure. Do you think lead should be a strategic resource, not a luxury resource?
I mean, there are a bunch of resources where you could make both arguments. Similar with like obsidian, because a lot of Mesoamerican and South American
It's a
cultures
strategic
use them
resource.
for like weapon and industry.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, yeah.
Ah, yes, 22 signs. That's gonna help. And then, yeah, more districts.
It's madness, I say. Madness.
I guess right. I just realized we do want to build some market quarters so that we can actually get to cover. Yeah, you need to heal. So let's see if there's some other places where we might be able to get some nice smoke. Oh, we actually do already have the 3 market quarters down here. So what is the other one that we're missing?
Commons.
Oh yeah, I think we have built zero common
common.
quarters.
Honestly, one of our
None.
Byblos or Babylon could take some stability, right?
I think a lot of the reasons why the stability is so bad is because the Wolverines probably hasn't won up yet or something. But
It
yeah,
still has a lot of attached territories.
yeah, we probably could use.
Well, that's not amazing, is it?
I mean, it'll get better once we surround it with districts. No, I didn't mean to build it there. And this one, I think, has like influence from adjacent districts, so that might be good. I just slap it down here, and then we can have like industry district or something down here.
Yeah, that's a good point, Rob's. Like Midway was a very important island.
Also, we do have some saltpeter. Good. Let's grab that.
You're talking about only sea territories. I think it'd be interesting because controlling the oceans is obviously an important strategic tool, but I think islands up, to a certain extent until I guess we had nuclear submarines or nuclear aircraft carriers or whatever. You needed islands because you just couldn't go that far without.
Well, I think one of the big things, of course, that vastly expanded naval range was refrigeration technology. Because one big limiting factor, of course, is having fresh food and water.
Scurvy.
So being able to have fresh food refrigerated
You have
probably
built the
helped a
first
lot.
harbor to
And
Yeah,
then, of course,
definitely.
once you had
Vessels of the Empire.
um,
Time to stock up
better
on
power
champagne.
sources as well. Where should we? Well, I guess this is just free food in the middle of nowhere, so we can just slap it there and then have industry districts over there. That'll work.
And this legend has a whole expansion centered around sea exploration and control. No, I believe so, with the sea
Yes.
fortresses and everything.
Yes.
I know I experienced it with the cultists.
Yeah, the cultists are kind of unless you're lucky and have a coastal territory, you're out of luck for naval gameplay. But I mean, naval gameplay is definitely one of those things that's on our list of, hey, yeah, we want to make this better eventually. But there's so much on our list of, hey, we want to make this better eventually, that
We'll get there. We'll get there. It'll happen.
Still, my problem with the common squatters is always I can never make up my mind where to build them.
I mean, it's kind of about planning ahead, right?
But it always feels like, oh, but I could just build one district that gives me resources instead of the one that only reduces the stability cost of the surrounding ones.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, think about the bonuses that we're getting from not being rebellious.
I mean, this city's at 100% with 87 surplus, right? I'm just trying to find a third spot for a
What isn't?
for a common quarter so we can unlock the civics.
We gotta do it on Babylon.
Wait, let me see. We're building one here,
On the rivers of Babylon.
and I've got one queued here. So yeah, we do need a third spot for one somewhere.
You can have more than one per territory, though, right?
Yeah, but as I say, I'm already not finding spots where I'm not saying but I'd rather build something else there. I guess if I look at this somewhere here, maybe because I want industry quarters to exploit the mountains and the forests. So the food quarter in the middle there is kind of pointless. I just need to make my way over there. And then plus 10 here, and this one will probably also be quite valuable there. You guys need to go home to heal and be upgraded into more modern units once we have unlocked them.
With
The
15
pikemen have done their job.
markets, you'll soon be using stacks
Ooh.
of banknotes to heat their houses.
Stacks of banknotes to heat the houses. Because of inflation, or?
No, because we have so many market quarters now, I guess.
Oh, I see.
Is there actually? Ooh, yes. It's actually pretty good.
Wouldn't use decent.
No, wait. Actually, I need to check. Do we get a adjacency bonus on the luxury? Offer. Nah, it's about 22 food. Okay, then it's fine. Would love to build market quarters down here, but well, I guess with a hamlet placed somewhere down here, and then we can build market quarters for money, science quarters for research.
It's a decent idea.
Bunch of farms in the middle here to get to the horses, and then surrounded with science quarters and do some science on the horses, I guess. Because we all know in Humankind, a supercomputer takes horses. What do we want to build here?
I just have in my head the guy from Monty Python with the coconut halves.
Ah, yeah.
He's doing his little clippity clop. I don't know what that has to do with science and horses, but it's just what came to mind.
I guess we'll also want siege cannons. Oh wait, actually, you know, one tech that we really need to go for is patronage. So I guess we do need to go for centralized power, just so we can get it and, you know, snatch all of those cool improvements before the AI does. The what are they called? Wondrous luxuries. Actually, can we upgrade you guys? Yes. Oh, 2400. Yeah, we gotta wait a little bit, but what do they upgrade into? Arquebusiers. I may want better units first, because the downside of the arquebusiers is move or fire, not move and fire, and quite annoying. Wait, actually, I need this one to unlock the better one that gives us per trade route. So we really need more. 20. That's pretty good. Oh yeah, 16 industry over there, 14 here. Yeah, this is good. Oh man, we need so many districts.
I love the investment in the soundtrack for Humankind. It's so good. Arnaud always delivers. Or no, I guess. Yeah, 100%. Gotta love the music. I'm excited for the Mississippian soundtrack.
I haven't heard it yet, so I'm also quite curious to hear it.
I heard it today on somebody's computer. I think my favorite is still the Swahili, but you know, Mississippians are gonna be cool too.
You're right. We needed 3 commons quarters, right? Have we built them all? You finished it just now. Okay, I think we have all of them now. Now we just need to wait for it to trigger.
Okay.
All right, you. Oh, it's actually saying over here. Oh, because of the stupa, we get the bonus influence there. Right. So I guess let's, you know, surround the place of quiet meditation with noisy factories.
With 30 makers,
It makes sense, you know. They
They
go to work and then they rejuvenate themselves by meditating.
They must have, you know, quite good soundproofing.
Yeah, they've got a lot of sound foam in there. Oh goodness.
Ooh, 22. Yes, please. You're right. We still haven't built our wonders. We really should build that wonder. Where's a good spot for it, though?
I mean, we should definitely build it before we have our next war.
Yep, exactly.
We got some ships coming over to tussle.
Oh, these?
The black ship is pulling up on us.
They're our allies.
Oh, okay. They're just coming over to say hi.
Hopefully.
Trade tea across the boat.
Speaking from experience, there.
We built this wonder. We built this
I'm
wonder.
just unsure where is a good spot for it.
On rock and roll, build this wonder.
Like, there's nowhere where I'm like, oh yeah, we can get some like science tiles grabbed with the wonder.
We built this wonder on rock and roll.
So maybe we'll just pick a place that looks good and is kind of out of the way where we're not gonna get to the area.
Do we not have any islands out there that are ours?
None
We
that
haven't.
are
We actually
attached.
haven't built out there yet, have we? Slap it in the forest. When in doubt, forest it out.
good point. If we slap it like somewhere over here, that gives us a lot of industry around here.
Yup. When in doubt.
Wait, actually, let's make sure we get the most river tiles because of the bonuses on river tiles.
Smart. I like it.
And then I guess everybody can just help with that wonder. Crank it out as quickly as
3
we can.
turns. Easy. We're doing great.
And also, I guess we do need to see
We're touching.
about... Wait. Oh, what?
Animism.
Ah, it has an island up here, and it hasn't converted yet. I guess they're not producing enough pressure to... Wait.
Everybody is their religion.
Everybody is super salty and following rage, except for the few animist holdouts. So we don't actually need another holy site, because everybody is already angry.
Wait, is the pink us? I thought we were the yellow.
True. Which religion is that one?
Hinduism.
Oh my god. How did Hinduism take over everything?
I don't know. That's what I'm
The
saying.
holy sites are over here? I'm used to playing purple myself and
Okay.
didn't mentally make the change.
I think I chose yellow for reasons this last time. I don't remember.
But I guess let's see what
Because yellow's the happy color.
tenets they actually have. Wisdom? Not bad. Really young garrison? Okay. They do have the show no mercy. Could switch if we wanted. It would give us more economic bonuses.
Could be good, but I think we still plan on going to war, do we not? I mean, we have all this lovely saltpeter.
Are these really, you know... I mean, this one is the really good one. These ones I think we could give up. But
Hard
yeah,
to say.
so I
Hard
guess
to
the
say.
holy site is useless for another reason, because, you know, we've already been completely dominated.
Yeah. Nobody is following the religion of rage.
Not only was it the palace for 2
Maybe that's a
dynasties
good
and
thing.
14
Maybe it's a
Yeah,
good
it's
thing.
probably a
Nobody,
good thing, because
nobody is following the religion of rage.
9,999 rooms.
Yellow for courage.
yeah, sure.
I think yellow historically.
I think that's the joke.
Oh, okay.
That, you know, yellow bellied means, you know, fearful.
I mean, I think psychologically, yellow is associated with happiness.
Yeah, but you know, the symbology is usually yellow means cowardly,
Yeah.
which is also why, you know,
Or jaundice.
in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, you have that whole joke of my favorite color is blue, no yellow, and then he gets thrown off the bridge because he couldn't answer the questions 3.
Mm-hmm. What is your favorite color? What is the airspeed velocity of unladen swallow?
I think actually we don't have enough of our own resource deposit yet, maybe, or do we have it? Nope, we don't have the upgrades. So we may actually want to enact the where is it materials performance.
What do you mean, African or
This
European
one
swallows?
would help us. Like we'd have a total of like plus 50 war support when declaring a war.
Oh my gosh.
But I think I actually want this one right now because maybe that will allow us to get some wondrous extractors.
Good ideas and good stories.
I don't know that. We get brave Sir Robin as a leader. Brave Sir Robin. Sir Robin ran away. Our leader is just the default avatar currently.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just the default avatar because
I didn't.
when not currently logged into G2G, so you couldn't download yours or something like that.
Oh, I guess it's because we're on the beta branch. It just put us in the
Right.
default as well.
The beta branch puts you back at the default, I think. Now that you say it.
Could just be that. I don't know. Here's one for Humankind. You're the king. Well, I didn't vote for you.
Ooh.
True.
Oh, it's actually time for us to wrap up, I guess. So I guess let's just pick the last
The
event
human
here.
cost.
Say.
The war ravages the empire of the Aztecs.
I mean, 6 population is. Yep. We told you guys to surrender. You didn't listen. But I mean, 6 pop is good, and you know this also is okay for us because I think that's the one that gives us. No wait, authority is the one that gives bonus vision. That's not a great one. This one would be moving us towards combat strength. Ooh, who would get the bonus food?
It's still 2 people. Those people could be
Let's
rabble
first
rousers.
look at the city if it can even support 6 people.
Nope.
Yeah, we have the space for 6 people. We wouldn't have much food. We need to work on the food situation. But Babylon, I think, Babylon can also not really support more people because we only have 4 food in Babylon.
805 food consumption. Sheesh.
But I guess this gives us the increases the food bonus, so maybe we'll be. No, we're not quite fine. Can we?
Oh, we accepted them into our cities and we can't take care of them. 4 turns or 38 people?
38 people is a pretty steep price in a city of 48.
Go make that farmer's quarters now!
Maybe we can get a harbor.
Oh.
No, that's 5 turns as well.
Oh, my heavens. My back. Oh, I need to stretch.
So I guess, you know, we said we have space for you. We never said we have food for you.
Yeah, exactly. We might just put him in the army. But anyways.
That is actually a good point. Since I'll forget until next week, let me just real quick give this a try.
Halberdiers.
That fixed it.
We don't have food problems anymore. They're off eating.
We gave them pointy stick and suddenly they're not hungry anymore.
They're off chewing their gold. But anyways, thank you all very much for being here on this lovely Thursday evening here in Paris, France. I hope everybody has a good evening, a good weekend as well. Take care of yourselves, get some rest, get some relaxation, play some Humankind. We're getting real close to unlocking the Mississippian culture. You all are the best. Don't let anybody tell you different. And if you need to get a hold of us, you know where to find us. Hit us up on Discord, Twitter, wherever. But anyways, let's go raid out to somebody, some deserving individual.
If Sergio found something.
Yeah, if Darker has anybody to raid. If not, then we'll just end the stream here. No raid today. All right. Let's get out of here. Let's go home. Let's eat some food. And we will see you all next Tuesday for some Endless Legend at 11 a.m. Central European time. I'm going to leave you in peace. All right. Thank you so much for being here, Changlini, Robzig, Lunar Lieutenant, Axel, Oscar, Bahamut, Sublustrous, Bakaffel. Everybody, we love you. Take care. Have a great evening. See you later.